Hello, welcome to episode 3. Hopefully I sound a little bit more refreshed than I did last night from my bed in the freezing cold after trying to settle him down. We're having such a good day. That's why I thought I'd do this in little parts, because things keep happening and I want to make sure that I document them all and keep track of everything, so that you guys can see as we go along the progress that we're making. So the first awesome thing that's happened this morning was that we went out for a run with Juno, and I took a little bit of a risk in the sense that if I take them both out and they start fighting, that could be a problem for me as being one person in charge of 2 dogs, but I trust Juno, and Seth had given me every impression that he had nothing but good intentions, so I thought let's just do it. And it paid off. It was good. We started in the garden. Our garden's pretty big, and then we went out into the field behind, and he was brilliant. And I have recorded it, so I'll make sure I put some videos over this voiceover so you guys watching it back can see. But he played really, really nicely, and then he had a couple of moments of getting a little bit too much for her, and she turned around and told him to disappear, and he yielded to that really nicely, and that's why I've chosen to mix him with her, because she's such a good influence on young dogs. She's really, really lovely with them, and she's fair in the way that she tells them off if she's going to do that. Now, this is not me advocating any of you guys finding an adult dog to tell your puppy off, because that's exactly not what I'm trying to do, but at the same time he does need to learn some dog manners, and I know enough about this, and I know this dog well enough to know that that is not going to be unproductive. So that was awesome. And then the second awesome thing that's just happened is that, one, he's eating his breakfast, which is great because he's not that keen on eating, which he obviously needs to do at the moment because he's very thin and it's cold. But I brought him out to the van because I've got to go on a consult now, so he's going to have to come with me. I brought him out to the van, and previously he's been planting himself like 15-20 foot away from the van and not wanting to go anywhere near it or get him. And I'm not even joking you when I say he waited right next to me rather than away from the van for me to open the back doors, and then I was rearranging the vet bed in his cage, and he literally pushed past me to jump in, which is a massive deal for him, because not only has he got a thing about thresholds, the threshold in the van is the smallest threshold that he'll probably go through because the cage doors are not particularly big, and he, from the first time seeing him, has had a problem with that. So up until now, the way that I've been dealing with it is to pick him up somewhere away from the vans before we do, and I've just had to bundle him in because he's not been in a state where I was able to use food or like any other method that, like, to be able to get him in there that didn't take 3 hours and create more of an issue. So I've just bundled him up and put him in, and then I've been feeding him in there regardless of whether he eats it or not. And yeah, he just pushed past me and jumped in, and then he had a load of sausage in there. So that is literally effing awesome. I'm so pleased with that. So I thought I'd just log that now. It's 11:18 in the morning. Hopefully we will have a great rest of the day, and this episode will be airing this evening, so you guys can keep up with what's happened on his Thursday. Okay, it is I actually don't know, about 5 o'clock-ish, 5:30, and we've just got back. We've had an excellent rest of the day. He has jumped in the van about 4 times since this morning, so I'm just so chuffed with that because that's such a breakthrough for him. He's met a few more people today, including my friend who came over, and at the time they were a fully uniformed police officer, so that can be a bit scary, so that's awesome. And he was totally cool with that and giving out all the love. And then the most remarkable thing that's happened today is the food collection. I just am completely blown away and almost a bit teary on the way home at the amount of generosity that we've received already. And some of you guys haven't even, most of you haven't even met this dog, and the kindness that everyone is showing is insane. So this afternoon I went down to ProDog HQ in Highbridge and met Heidi, and Heidi met Seth and he loved her, and the amount of foods that she's given us is insane. She has not only supplied all his food, she's also supplied an absolute load of natural treats and chews, some probiotics, some bone broth, some training treats. He's got an advent calendar, and she's also bought all his coats. And then just to top that off, I got home and we had several Amazon deliveries of training treats from people and chews. And so last but not least, and God help us all if they all become this long, I will really try and cut it down tomorrow. I'm going to leave you with a little video of me and him having a little play earlier, and starting to see a little bit more personality day by day. So I hope you enjoy it.